Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting evening of 10 Dead Rats, your Warhammer Fantasy and D&D mashup. That is us. Welcome. We're having a little fun talking about our office chairs over here.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
That arms go up and down.
Max's arms go up and down, apparently.
They do go up and down.
The
arms on my chair. My arms go up and down, too.
If you're in the 10 Dead Rats Discord, make sure to @ Max telling him what features your chair has and how much you paid for it.
Absolutely don't do that. Absolutely
definitely do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Solid engagement.
All right, a few announcements tonight. First of all, tonight's episode is brought to you once again by our friends at Describe. It's describe.com/wandering, DSCRYB.com. Describe is purveyors of finely crafted, professionally written box text for your adventure creation needs. If you can use it to prepare your adventures that you're writing ahead of time. You can use their integrated search feature to find stuff on the fly for when your party decides they don't want to do the pre-written enemy within campaign anymore. What? They would rather go underground and find a weird Skaven train, and you don't know how to describe that. Check it out at describe.com. And and note that you can get a 10% discount on everything at Describe by entering the coupon code WANDERING. So thank you very much to our friends at Describe for sponsoring the show.
Yeah.
Saving Paul's campaign.
That's right. That's right.
Who thought players would go off module? I mean, whew.
Love it.
Whew.
Love it.
When does that
happen? Yeah, for anyone who is following along at home and has access to the enemy within, you may be wondering where in that series we are right now. We did basically finish the Death on the Reich. Although our ending's a little different from the one in the book.
A little bit.
And now we are off in La La Land. The content we are exploring now has nothing to do with that campaign whatsoever.
Someone has instantly added me in the Discord talking about their $1 share. You deserve to do that. Stop that. Do not do that.
Thank you, whoever that is.
We have best fans here at Wandering DMs. Just want to make a shout out to folks who may not know that coming up on Sunday on the Wandering DMs show, we have special guest Luke Gygax joining us to talk about upcoming GaryCon and what it was like growing up with D&D. So, yeah, exciting. Come check us out on Sunday for interesting chat with Luke. What else? Anybody else got anything else they want to toss out there? Any, Max, who are the fine providers of armchairs?
Well, they haven't sponsored us. This chair is Steelcase, but that's only my personal recommendation. Right. If they wanted to sponsor us, though, I think that would be great. I'd happily put this chair more into view. There we go. Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
And it rotates back a little more than I expected, but...
Excellent. Well, with that, let us jump into tonight's exciting episode of 10 Dead Rats.
Know how we got in this dwarven castle. Gotta stop.
What a good time tonight. 10 Dead Rats. What happened last week? Nothing. We weren't here. We took off so that I could ferry a loved one from the airport. So, previously on 10 Dead Rats, there was a bit of a debate on whether or not the pros and cons of rescuing a certain halfling. Eventually,
the pros were highly.
Eventually, the group returned to the town of Wittgendorf, discovered some strange furrowed earth leading in strange lines to and between the town and the castle and northwestward. And one in fact leading towards the old forgotten Temple of Sigmar. So the party decided to check that out. Indigo received a blessing from Sigmar himself, and is now on a quest from God.
Yep.
That's in the book.
Details of the quest, a little fuzzy.
A little fuzzy. Instructions were not totally clear.
Yeah.
But something to do with saving the Empire, for sure.
Got a lot of enthusiasm behind the quest. That's what's important.
Yes.
Underneath the temple, the group found some tunnels dug probably by Skaven. Decided to follow those down for quite a ways, many hours trek through underground tunnels before discovering a side cave in which there was a heap of dead Skaven and one not so dead halfling. Bruno rejoins the group, and they pressed into the strange cave to find out what had become of Bruno's abductors. There they found strange remnants of some kind of conflict, perhaps between Skaven and dwarves, and eventually made their way to a room that appeared to be guarded by huge dwarven automatons, which were actively combating a group of Skaven. Group joined the fray and eventually put down both sides of the combat and discovered, much to their dismay, that the power source of the dwarven-built automatons appeared to be none other than warpstone. So...
Now, we just found 2 dead dwarves before going into this, like on some rooftop area. We have not seen... In the fight with the dwarf automatons and the Skaven, there weren't any dwarf bodies there, right?
That's true. That is true.
Okay.
That is true. There did seem to be evidence that the dwarven corpses that you had found were perhaps crossbow snipers who might have been responsible for shooting down some of those Skaven that were in the heap with Bruno.
And almost Bruno. That was unfortunate.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Almost Bruno. Yeah, yes. If you recall, also, there was a lot of oily residue and the presence of murder holes directly above where those corpses were found. So some concern that further defenses may have been triggered.
Yes.
Am I recalling correctly that we heard something or someone? Like it seemed like there was some kind of live thing around us? Or am I making that up because it's been 2 weeks?
I think we heard like a crack, like a gunshot or something.
Okay.
And I think it was the same noise or a similar noise to what the automatons were making. They were making kind of loud creaking noise. But I think there could also be a Skaven with a gun in here.
Sure. That feels
That's
right.
right. Because Bruno had some PTSD flashbacks from that. Because I think that must be a Skaven. Yeah, because I had this grievous head wound.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
So, the group stands in a large room filled with several Skaven corpses, 2 destroyed dwarven automaton. There is an open doorway to the southwest, which leads back the way you came, back into the caves and the platform where the dwarven snipers were. There is a door to the southeast, unopened, unexamined, and a large open doorway to the north, which used to be flanked by 2 huge dwarven automatons.
I see. That's a southeastern doorway. It's on the south wall.
Correct.
The same wall that we came in on. It's just to our... Okay, yeah. Okay.
That is correct. There are 2 doors on the south wall, one on the east and one on the west. And there is one open doorway to the north that appeared to be guarded by the automatons.
So maybe through the door that the automatons were guarding, there's a higher dwarf to Skaven ratio because the Skaven haven't gotten that far?
Maybe.
We can find some dwarves to talk to.
Is this freaking anyone else out? The warp zone?
It's a useful material.
No, it's not. Is it just controlling?
It's concerning. Oh yeah, but exciting.
Yeah.
This could be the corruption. This could be it.
Is the corruption controlling dwarfs? Is that a thing?
Maybe
What?
this
No,
is payback,
look.
right? The dwarves spent so much time helping Sigmar and the humans, and now it's time for the humans to help the dwarves by ridding them of whatever this is.
Whatever.
Weren't the drawers supposed to help you?
Yeah,
No.
now we're
Yes.
reciprocating. So now we're helping the dwarves.
Sure.
I want to sit down and start breaking apart this staff that I have, Bruno's staff.
Oh.
I want to see what's in it.
Hey, that's
Oh.
what am I supposed? How am I supposed to talk to Francis?
Francis is gone.
Yeah,
He's
Francis
not.
is super
He's
dead.
out there somewhere. Probably having a little giant rat family.
In heaven.
Mina,
No.
the staff, as you look at it, appears to be made out of a dark wood. It is carved with various runes and sort of patterns of bone and skull, but clearly all carved into what appears to be a fairly solid piece of wood.
So it's just one solid piece of wood. There's no like power center at it. Like if I just kind of try like smacking it, there's nothing that feels hollow.
You give it a couple of tentative swings, and it makes a good solid thunk against the stone. If you want to try to actually break it, you think you probably could, but it does seem like it's pretty solid wood.
What? Don't do that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to break it.
Okay,
What?
great. Roll me a strength test, please.
What? It's the magic. It's the Francis staff.
It's a
That's
staff of horrible things happening to us. Oh dear God, I am not strong, but that is a 19 that I rolled.
What?
Excellent.
Well then.
Mina lifts up the staff and just takes a heavy swing at a corner of the doorway. There is a loud crack. The wood of the staff breaks and splinters, and you'd swear you see escaping from it like a almost a bluish steam that appears to have faces in it that whose eyes roll and mouths gape as it raises up out of the staff.
I was carrying that. Is everything just corpse stone? I am so tired of this shit.
That was the soul of the staff that you just killed. I'm really running low on worldly possessions at this point. I'd appreciate it if you don't start breaking stuff.
Is that
sorry,
what that
do you
was?
want-
It was a soul?
It looked
I don't
like, you know
understand
what it
about
probably
magic.
was? It was probably people who were murdered to make this staff. Do I know enough about
Oh
magic
my
to actually
God.
be guessing that?
It seems, from what you know of necromancy, it seems a pretty safe bet. Could
They
be.
seemed like they were perfectly happy living in the staff. You broke
Yeah,
their home.
are you like, oh my God, oh no, this staff that brings the dead back to life is full of horribly tortured souls? That's what you're shocked about? I'm sorry.
Mina,
I'm sorry.
Mina,
I don't know anything about magic. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
The staff is now clearly snapped in two. It's not completely severed, but there are bits of wood and splinter and whatnot. You can see that the center looks actually solid. You're looking at it, you don't see any holes or gaps where that steam is seemed to escape from. But as you hold it there, Mina, it now starts to feel like nothing more than dead wood to you. And yet you feel a strange sense of satisfaction. And you can have a fate point, Mina.
What?
Still. Oh, Bruno needs that more than I do.
No, he doesn't.
We're just looking now, clothed in only like rags and a loincloth, holding nothing, no bag, looks at the desiccated remains of the staff. My last thing, except the stupid scalpel.
I have some like dresses and like a flask and like a dagger. Do you want any of that? No.
I have plenty of daggers, and I really feel like my dress days are done.
You know what? Good for you, Mina. You show that staff you don't need it to perform magic. It's all in you. You don't need extra tools to do that stuff.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you see the soul fly up? I think we needed that. We needed that soul.
The soul? No, that soul is free now. Was it a soul indigo? I don't even know.
I've never seen a soul before.
It probably was a soul. This is excruciating.
Well,
this is excruciating.
I want to know why these dwarves are down here, and they're probably within proximity of like the castle and stuff. So maybe these are the dwarves that made the locks for Dagmar.
Oh.
You know?
Maybe.
Dagmar's balls.
That's right.
Dagmar's
balls.
ball insertions.
Maybe. And maybe that's why they have warpstone, because that's what they were locking up.
Oh.
Remember? I don't know. I don't know nothing about magic.
It seems...
Well...
Also, that means you have to have beer. And I could go for a beer. So let's figure out what beer is, right? Mm-hmm.
I could be drunk.
See? This is easy. Let's go through the big door that the automatons were standing in front of, because clearly that's where the doors are.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
We do that.
All right, great. Yeah, is Yeffi leading the way then?
Yeah.
Definitely gonna let Yeffi go through
Yeffi
first.
boldly stalks through the open doorway into a long hall that leads further northward here, and you can see, Yeffi, as you do, there are high up on the walls on either side. There's carvings and decoration and some dwarven runes that look vaguely familiar to you. Can you roll me an intelligence test, Yeffi?
Okay. Sure. Yes, an 8.
Excellent.
Buffet.
They look
Solid 8.
There's something familiar about some of these runes, Yeffi, and it gives you a vague memory, like a vague feeling of like a memory of your childhood, but you just can't quite place exactly what it is.
Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, this is a nice place. Must be like maybe it's a daycare center or something. I don't know. You could drop off.
Dwarven babies?
Well, we do have them.
I wasn't saying you didn't. I'm sure you do.
I don't know.
But how does that work exactly?
Well,
way,
another dwarf or dwarf and halfling or dwarf and human or whatever love each other very, very much. There's some kind of weird species thing that goes on there that I don't fully understand. But supposedly, in the springtime, babies emerge. Mm-hmm.
Kind of out of note. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Okay,
we should keep going. Yeah.
You're all of you are noticing as you walk up this passageway that it's also getting noticeably warmer. And you can almost see, looking up at the north end of the hallway, you can see a kind of a dim red glow. It looks like there's a doorway at the end of this hall that leads into some kind of chamber, but it looks a little hazy, and you notice a little shimmer, almost like heat distortion, as you look towards the north here into this room.
Do we
bakery?
Can we tell if we're going up or down in elevation? Like,
do you feel like you're staying level?
Okay. Do we have any idea how far underground we started?
That you're not sure of.
Okay.
Very.
So, I've just had a thought, which is that if Dagmar's balls were being used to guard the warpstone, and it's Dagmar's staff that I just broke full of horrible creatures, that maybe the dwarves who helped build the Dagmar's balls bad.
Shut your mouth. They're awesome.
Sorry.
Look how cool stuff they made. What are you talking about? Talk about my people.
No, I'm sure your people are great.
I thought the robots full of warpstone was the first clue that they might not be good.
What?
It's just an efficient method of, it's just an efficient engine. The warpstone isn't inherently bad.
We all were in Wittgendorf, right? We were all in the same town
the same
for the past few days.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things going on there, though. It's hard to say, if you were to pick a root cause, it's hard to say what it was.
What? Oh, that stone made people mutants, man. That was pretty clear, right? They were eating it.
Yeah.
Well, they were eating, the Narop. It had a lot of ingredients in it, huh?
Mostly
right, but if you remember, the thing that made it Narop and not just some slur, some slog or whatever, was warpstone, right? We had that conversation. You were in the room when we learned.
Right, so that's the kicker, that's the secret sauce that gets it going, but all the ingredients combined.
Oh, so you think if you just take warpstone normally and just eat it, nothing will happen?
Well, I don't know about eat it, As a person who's been around and in contact with a lot of warpstone, I'm fine.
So, out of curiosity, what thing in your, doctor experience made that room full of mutant cats?
I don't specialize in cats. Human mutation is a mysterious, brought on by the supposed human gods of chaos. And who knows for sure, probably there's a medical reason for it. That is obviously my life's work, or was.
Okay.
Okay, Bruno.
I feel bad about this. I'm gonna keep to the back. I'm just gonna stand in the back. Behind Indigo. My favorite place to stand.
Ooh, it's really warm in here, right?
Yeah.
Super hot.
Man.
Yep.
Didn't think I was in that part stage of my life yet. Oh my god.
Who's in the lead of the group at this point as you walk down this passageway?
Still me.
Still Yeffi.
I'm sold.
Yeffi.
Yeah.
Yeffi, you find yourself reaching the open doorway and looking into this fairly warm room. You can see it opens up to a very large room, in the center of which there appears to be a pool sort of set in the floor. There's a stone lip that surrounds it, and just narrows towards the far north side, the opposite from where you're looking, where it narrows, and then a little channel continues all the way up to the northern wall. And this pool and the little channel that seems to feed it are full of a roiling, dark, reddish liquid. It occasionally bubbles, steam rises up off of it. You can see that just to you're entering from kind of the south east corner of this room, and you can see in the northwest corner, so directly straight catty corner across, there does appear to be another door leading to the north, but most of the room is dominated by this huge pool. As you peer in, the other thing you notice is to the left and right of the pool, along the floor, there are a few what appear to be charred skeletons laying on the ground. And they don't quite look human.
Do these remind me of the forges at home and in the Engineers Guild hall, or is this...
It has a similar architecture and build to it, but the liquid is an odd thing. You're not sure exactly what that is. And
would Yeffi just consider this the melty room?
Yeah. It is definitely... Yeah, it definitely has memories of home, but there's just something a little off about it as well.
Okay.
And of course, the charred skeletons are gross.
Is there anything else in the room besides the pool, like tables or tools or anything like that?
Standing here, looking into the room, you do not see anything else.
But there is another exit?
There's another exit, a door to the north category. And this room is huge. It's easily 60 feet square.
Okay.
And and the majority of it is this large pool in the center. Around the outside now, as you all kind of gather around and peer in and look at these sort of charred-looking skeletons on the left and right of the pool, you can see what's interesting about them is they definitely appear to have tails, although they're human-sized. And although actually two of them, in fact, actually look much larger, like they would probably be a good 8 feet tall. And their skulls are kind of pointed and have large, pinchery teeth towards the front.
Giant Skaven.
Well,
since we... Sorry.
No, go ahead, yeah.
At this point, the four of you are clustered about the doorway, all kind of nervously peering in.
Since we've seen enough Skaven at this point, does it look like these might be Skaven, or does it look like these might be mutated humans?
Yeah, they definitely look Skaven-like.
Okay.
Did I see any giant Skaven when I came across their train? I saw some pulling or pushing.
Yeah,
something,
you
right?
remember as you think back, you have a sudden memory of just before the pain hit you in the forehead. You remember seeing two massive muscular looking Skaven with big collars around their necks with chains that led to the back of the train, and they were lumbering all along behind it. You remember trying to figure out how you could possibly get past them to try and steal some of that stone before suddenly you were shot in the head.
This seems bad.
Bruno instinctively reaches up and rubs the spot.
How far was this hallway we ran down?
Between here and where the automatons were?
Yeah.
About 60 feet.
Okay. Indigo's going to jog back to the automaton bodies and see if he can get the pieces of warpstone that are from inside of them.
Don't touch that.
I'll wrap my
dress.
hand around a cloth and try to grab it. Right, I don't want to touch it with my bare hands.
Okay. So you wrap some cloth around your hand and you reach in and you grab the hunk of warpstone that you saw. Mm-hmm. You try to yank it out. It's a little stuck. You reach in, you find you have to kind of grab and pull pretty hard, but eventually, clunk, it comes out. Can you make me a willpower test, please, Indigo?
Oh, dear.
Don't let Sigmar down.
I got a 14.
Okay. All right. So you're holding it, and it seems all right.
Great. I would like to run back to that room and throw it into the pool.
Excellent. Indigo comes jogging back up the hall, stops at the doorway, I presume.
Yeah.
Hucks.
You're working on your shot put? What?
You see a piece of blue stone go twirling end over end, sailing through the room, and plunk into the water. And for a moment, it just kind of sits on top, just
like the One Ring.
yeah. And you definitely get the sense that liquid must be fairly viscous because it sticks there for a second and then slowly sucks down into the water. And then there's a deep rumble, and the whole ground beneath you shakes for a moment. Suddenly the liquid explodes up as this huge golden muscular torso with head with long golden locks just emerges up out of the water, standing waist deep in the liquid. Appears to be a massive bare-chested dwarf, though clearly 10 times the size of a normal dwarf, glistening and golden, and it reaches up and it just comes flying up out of the liquid. Bits of it come splattering around. Everybody, please make me an agility saving throw.
Man.
Paul, do you want to show everyone what shirt you're wearing today? Feels like the time for it.
That's right. I forgot to mention during the announcements, I am wearing my Death Saves shirt. Thank you, Joe. Total party kill today. Okay.
No reason.
Is this plus our level for those
yes,
saving
your
throw?
level and your agility bonus. Okay. And since you're standing in the doorway and have a little bit of cover there, I'm going to give you a +2 each as well.
Oh, cool.
20. How'd you do, Indigo?
13.
13. Yeffi?
20.
20. Bruno?
5.
Bruno, a bit of the reddish liquid that comes flying out splatters across. Actually, let's find out.
Oh, I should have found new clothes. Damn it.
Yeah, splatters right across your chest and a little bit on your collarbone, and it sizzles and burns. And you take 6 hit points of damage as you just get splattered with this scalding hot liquid that is clearly it's not quite it's thicker than water, but it's not quite like an oil. You're not sure exactly what, but it's got a little thickness to it. Somebody roll me
I'm
initiative,
back to
please.
0.
You're at 0? Awesome.
Oh,
Roll me.
Only had the 1.
You only had the 1. Roll me critical check here, Bruno. That's again a percentile and a D8.
No, this is great. Maybe you'll die and you'll get to play this guy.
Let's be honest.
Bruno,
I'll
the
clearly
giant
play
gold
fucking
dwarf.
Sergei or something. Some even less dignified character. Alright, 1 on the D8, and then 87 on the percentile.
Excellent. The liquid sears like a bright red line across your collarbone and oozes in towards your armpit, Bruno. And it just burns incredible, like especially right when it gets onto the sensitive part of underneath your underarm. It burns badly, and you find your whole arm just seizing up, and you're just
again.
and you feel like unlike your chair, you feel like you can no longer raise and lower your arm.
Oh man, yet again. No, it's cool. Used to it.
And it just burns like crazy. Initiative, please. Somebody roll me an initiative check.
I got a 3.
Excellent. Interesting.
Run.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
We could try talking to him.
Hi.
You can try.
Does anyone speak lava monster?
Anybody
Well,
want
he's
some
like a dwarf maid.
cookies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Again.
The huge golden shimmering creature holds up its hand, and you can see, Indigo, little flecks of bluish light coming out of its hand, and you can see that it looks like it's holding that piece of warpstone that you threw into the water, and it looks with kind of like satisfaction at its hand, and it speaks something out loud to you that sounds vaguely like Kozilid, but not right, like someone like speaking Kozilid backwards, and you have no idea what it's saying.
Damn it, Indigo.
I'm gonna start with Mina since you rolled initiative for us, and I'll go around.
I thought it was going to destroy the warp stone.
Damn it,
Mina,
Indigo. This is why you don't mess with this.
What do you do?
Stone, basically.
Okay, I'm going to. Do I have any capacity to like help Bruno without having a surgery skill? Like, can I give him that 1 hit point so he can run? No help.
I mean, he can run.
I'm conscious, right?
He's conscious.
He's conscious. Okay.
His arm hurts, and if he takes any more damage, he will die. But he is mobile.
Great. Then I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on Bruno.
Excellent.
In the hopes that will help a little bit.
Excellent.
Don't touch me!
Protection from Evil, and you burst into flame.
Yeah.
Will you roll the casting die for us?
Oh, yes, I do have to do that. That is how this works. I'm just going to roll 1 die. 4.
Okay.
So that worked.
Bruno, you feel the magical protective energies surrounding you, but your armpit still hurts like mad.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn. Sorry.
I guess we're running. I just run through the room to the door on the opposite side.
You run into the room, run past the skeletons towards the door on the opposite side. Excellent.
We're running, right?
Okay. You're at the door. Yeffi,
We are now. Yeah. I'm running with Bruno. I'm going to grab a hold of his hand and try to put myself in between him and the giant gold dwarf. It's very masculine right now. It's very intimidating. And I'm staring it down like, don't you dare hit him again. I swear to God. Even though we broke up, I'm just over it. Yeah,
Yeffi.
and I'm slow as hell. Dwarf. I'm a dwarf. It's really bad.
Yeffi, roll me a willpower test, please.
Sure. Oh no, 2.
Okay.
2.
You grab onto Bruno's hand. You're trying to run with him. You're staring at the great golden dwarf in the pool of what is that? What is that? Is it like stew? It actually smells kind of appetizing. Weirdly, you notice.
The beer. This is where they brew the beer. Now I remember.
Man.
Bruno, you notice, Yeffi, as you reach about halfway between the two doors, that your hand has grown sweaty and you kind of lost grip with Bruno's hand, and Bruno's made it all the way to the door, and you're now kind of standing halfway between him and Mina, and just looking at this pool and going like, and you hear a little rumble in your tummy.
No.
Okay.
Indigo,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I want to eat that.
I guess we're going through. I thought we were running away. I'll run through, facing after Bruno. I'll like hunker down behind my shield and I'll shout in Kozilid, "Don't attack us! We're enemies of the Ratmen."
Excellent. Okay.
And then just like hide.
Excellent. The interesting. Okay, sorry. So the huge golden creature kind of turns and faces Yeffi and looks Yeffi dead in the eye, and it kind of just folds its arms, still holding in its fist apparently something soft, glowing softly blue. And it looks at you, Yeffi, and again speaks something softer this time, not as menacing, but something in this strange Kozilid-ish language that sounds both vaguely familiar and just wrong in your ear, Yeffi.
Man.
I'm taken. Sorry. I got several suitors at this point. And
as you say that, Yeffi, in fact, an image
worse than the
comes
other.
in. You can't help this evocative like scent memory. You remember back to that day in the perfumery when you first met Count Orlok. Just that memory just snaps into your head. Mina, what are you doing?
Mina's having a day. I'm gonna run to Yeffi and try and grab her.
Okay. Mina comes rushing up to Yeffi and grabs onto her shoulder. Yeffi, you notice Yeffi has this kind of almost somewhat dazed look in her eye.
Grab her around the waist and let's bounce.
Yep. Oh. Try to push her along.
Oh dear. Oh my god. I'm being manhandled.
We'll find out what happens there when we get to Yeffi's turn. Bruno, what are you doing?
So Yeffi is just like standing there, right? Looking kind of
kind of looking at the creature, at the pool, looking a little dazed. Mina is just rushed up to Yeffi and grabbed on and is trying to pull Yeffi towards you.
I run back out and try to help grab Yeffi and drag her to the doorway.
Excellent. Yeffi, what are you doing? Your two friends trying to pull you towards the doorway. You got these strange memories and sensations and emotions flooding through you.
When I see Mina and Bruno kind of put themselves in danger, can I make another will save? Or that just be like...
You can...
They got out of here.
No, you can... You have free will. You can do whatever you want. You don't need to make a save.
Guys, I got this. You gotta go. But that guy's kind of cool. You know, like
he's hot. He's hot. That's his whole thing. Look at him.
Yeah, look at him. He's great.
No, damn it.
I feel like there's some stew, and it feels kind of like home, but kind of like Orlok still lives there, and that's a little weird because I didn't really. But maybe I
Orlok.
Yeah.
He's holding Warpstone in his hand. We just discussed about how that's always evil. Come on.
It's not a he, it's a giant lava giant.
Okay, well, he can be gendered however he wants, but let's go.
Yeffi it kind of has this discussion with the two of you. Again, she seems like she's just not 100% present, or maybe a little disassociated, but stumbling, but is being led, and so the two of you manage to bring her all the way back towards that far door, where Indigo is doing what?
Kicking that door open and just rushing through.
Nice.
Indigo, you just boot the door open. You can see it leads to a very narrow, small passageway with a few steps leading downward, just 10 or 15 feet before it ends in another door.
Okay, I'll stand by the door and wait until everybody comes through, and then I'll slam it shut.
Excellent. You usher the others through, and then slam the door shut. And there's a tense moment where the four of you stand there in this little narrow staircase leading downward and catch your breaths, and nothing seems to happen.
Holy Jesus.
Indigo.
Okay.
I'm pretty hungry.
That was a mistake. I'll take that one. That was my bad. I thought that I saw this big pool look like it melted some ratmen, and I thought it would be a good way to destroy Warpstone, which is something Sigmar wants me to do.
Look, the vibes were immaculate, but next time let's check to see if there's someone in the pool before throwing pool stuffing.
Indigo, you don't have to
be fair.
You don't have to make any excuses to us, Indigo. I mean, Sigmar might be a little upset, but we're not. We're okay. We're all fine. I'm hungry. And
wait, you think Sigmar would be upset?
I mean, it just gave some weird hot dwarf some warpstone, you know.
You did your best, and I'm sure Sigmar counts that. Like trying. Like making a mistake and then trying afterwards, I think is probably fine. Right?
He spoke some twisted dwarven, like he was like, yeah. And we're like, what? What? No, that's not happening. You know? Whew. I don't even know what he was saying. I didn't pass that class.
You doing okay, Yeffi?
Yeah, well, I'm fine. I'm glad Bruno's fine. I mean, whatever.
Stop
but
looking so smitten.
What? I'm fine. You know what? I haven't thought about Warlock in a while. I almost called him Warlock. That's funny.
What does that have to do with it?
I Didn't you smell that smell? It smelled like him.
I
can
know
only smell
like.
the burning of my own flesh, honestly.
Now is now a good
Here.
time for you to do some doctoring on you?
You know, maybe I will take a stab at that. I'm gonna once again try to repair my poor arm for the third time it's been
20 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. It really has not been that long.
Terrible tonight. 14?
Bruno, you managed to wrap some bandage around your arm, under your arm, and just
more of my clothing I'm tearing off here.
You notice as you lift your arm that there's no more hair in your armpit anymore. And there's this red line that just leads from your armpit to your collarbone. You manage to wrap it up, and you get some. You start to sort of stretch it a little bit, and you get some mobility back into your arm, but you don't regain any wounds.
Okay, so I'm at 0, but I've healed.
You're at 0, but you no longer have the critical effect. Yes.
Right. Okay. So I could have potentially take one more hit without instant death.
At this point,
is that
yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you take any damage at this point, you'll go straight to the critical effect.
To the crit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just trying to stave off my inevitable demise.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
where's
I'm
this
putting
go?
I'm putting that big gold man on my 2-kill list for Sigmar.
That sounds
For
great.
Sigmar, I don't think Sigmar is the forgiving type. It's been a long time since I've been to Temple, but what I do remember is that Sigmar is not the most forgiving of gods. So, if you hear that, Sigmar, if you're listening, I'm gonna get that guy. I'm not gonna let him have the warp stone just right now. It's not the greatest time. We'll come back to the province.
You think we could fight that guy? He was covered in lava.
He was
eventually. This isn't a choice. I feel probably obligated to do it.
For what it's worth, you're pretty sure that was not lava. It was definitely a liquid, not a magma.
Yeffi thought it was a soup.
A melted metal of some kind, or soup, delicious stew with beef. Oh man,
very hot.
Beef
It was in a very hot.
It was very beefy. So let's keep going up these stairs or down these stairs. Wherever direction these stairs go. What, Bruno?
Nothing. Jeez. Let's just go. You know, I'm sick of this arm being constantly injured. I ruined all my fancy outfits. I'm out of possessions.
Again.
I lost my floppy hat.
We'll get you a new hat.
Yeah.
It's actually low on the price. You know what? Let's go.
Okay. You head down the short flight of stairs. There's a door at the other end. Who's in front?
I can be in front.
Very good.
I'm going to stay way in the back.
What do you do when you reach the door to go?
I'll open it.
Okay. You push open the door. You can see it pushes open into a smaller room that's similar to the last one, though, has a pool in it. You find that you're entering from the southwest corner here. There's a bit of a platform right in front of you. To your right, to the left, there's a wall. And opposite you, there's a wall. To your right, the floor slopes down a little bit, and then there's a pool of this reddish liquid that then seems to drain into an opening to the south, back sort of the same side, the same part of the wall that your door is opening into. On the other side of this pool, it slopes back upward, and you can see there's like a stone altar over there, and a small statuette sitting on top of it that it looks to be like a small version of the thing you just saw. It looks like a small golden dwarf on top of this stone altar on the other side.
It's
okay. Let's do this.
And you can see one more thing.
Oh, there's
behind
more.
that stone altar. Behind that stone altar, you can see rungs of a ladder leading up that back wall Yeffi, make me a willpower test.
I love the interior design in this place. It's so cool. 8.
8. Yeffi.
Oh yeah.
It's just the little bit of steam rising up off of the pool. It's like a big vat of like tomato soup or something. It just smells spicy and delicious, and you feel like it probably tastes great.
Man.
Oh man, that sounds good. Yeah. Mina, you were gonna say something. I'm just gonna.
No. I was gonna say, like, let's be smart about this one and be really quiet.
Ooh, really smart.
Sneak up to that altar. Maybe see what's up there.
Sneak up to. Okay, you
and
guys
maybe
do that.
someone hold Yeffi's hand.
What?
I'll hold Yeffi's hand. I hold Yeffi's hand.
I'll hold Yeffi's hand.
Hey, what are you doing?
So, as you come into this room, you kind of come into the room. You're on a platform. You turn to the right. You see that the floor slopes down a little bit. There's this pool that's draining then to the right through some hole in the wall. On the left side, there's a very slight lip that you think you could walk across, but it's very small. And then on the opposite end of the pool, it slopes back up to this altar.
It looks like it's filled with the same kind of material that was in the one behind us.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And the only exit here is the ladder behind the altar?
That's the only exit you're seeing, yes.
Damn it.
Right.
Oh, man.
Delicious.
Let's... what? It's...
Smell it?
It's delicious. It doesn't smell like anything. I give it a big
so good.
sniff.
Indigo has a kind of a metallic-y smell.
It smells like blood. Do you want to drink that? Do you want to drink blood? Sorry, we're supposed to be quiet.
Can it hear us?
There might be
I wanna
someone
drink
in
blood?
there.
That's like a existential, is that the right word, question for my life. Do I want to drink blood? No, but tomato soup sounds delicious. What? No, of course not. Why would I want to do that?
Okay. Mina, if this is just happening, Mina's going to creep past and try and go to the altar.
Okay. You carefully make your way across the little lip on the left side, inching your way across slowly, carefully. You make your way, you get to the other side. You can see the stone altar with a little, like maybe about 2 foot tall golden statue of a dwarf standing on top of it. Looks very similar, at least from the waist up, to the dwarf thing that you just saw in the larger pool in the other room.
Do I have any magical sense of like what this could be in relation to, like, is an idea that maybe it's like a puppet, like if I move it, it does something to that guy, or do I have any magic-y idea of that, or is that just an idea that I personally have?
That's you can certainly make that logical leap if you want. There's no skill roll or anything here that's going to inform you of the magical nature of things. If there was some kind of writing or runes or something, then maybe there was something to study. You could get that, but there's no just innate like smell of the winds of chaos or anything like that. That's
great. In that case, I'm gonna turn back to everyone and just say like, I'm gonna break it. Are we good?
Break what?
Okay.
Break what?
Do you want me to come to that side with you in case it attacks?
Yeah, actually. Also, you have a big sword.
Indigo will go across to the same side as Mina.
okay.
Where are we going?
Stay here with the soup.
Hold on to Yeffi, Bruno.
Don't let her drink the stuff.
Bruno, it smells so good. It's like a soup.
Bruno holds on to Yeffi in the most awkward way possible. Just at a distance.
He's like hover
arms,
hands.
like, yeah. It's like, okay,
It's like
I got
my
her.
forearm.
Yeah.
I think those crazy kids are going to make it work.
Look, better than Orlok. Yeah, better than Orlok.
Until you had that rat. I mean, yeah. All right. This is weird. Are you like...
I'm holding you back.
Uh-huh. Real... Yeah. Bruno, it smells delicious. I think it's soup.
It doesn't smell delicious. It smells like... Well, Indigo said blood, but maybe... melted gold. That would be nice.
See?
Not to eat.
Bruno, make me an intelligence test.
Oh, man. Jim, what a night. 6.
It's soup.
Yeah, I can't roll tonight. Look, it makes sense. Bruno's been through a lot. He's not really all there at the moment. It's been a lot.
Yeah. You're not sure. You give it a whiff, soupy. And mostly it's definitely there's definitely some heat coming off of it, but I'm not sure what that smell is. Indigo, Mina, you're on the other side. What are you doing?
I'm gonna break this statue. Yeah. You could help. All right, I'm just gonna try and push it. Does that seem like something that would break it?
Just push it over?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you give it a shove, it's easy to just sort of counterbalance it, and it does indeed topple over. It hits the ground with a loud clang, and actually one of the legs kind of twists and breaks a little bit, and you can see that it's clearly must be in fact hollow, that it's not like solid metal, and you can see a little bit of like white material. Like clearly it looks like maybe it's made out of plaster or ceramic, and then it was just gold leafed or coated in something gold.
I'll stomp on it.
Yeah,
Indigo,
this is super dangerous.
You put your boot into it, and it crunches, and it breaks into several pieces. And the largest piece, the torso piece, breaks in half, and you can see inside is a lump of something golden, like a smaller golden object that was inside that statue.
Ooh.
Gold-plated warpstone?
I'll pick that up. What is it?
You pick it up and you look at it, and you realize that it is
Even
a
smaller
smaller, but clearly actual gold and solid, about the size of your fist, a little statue of something that you recognize from tales that perhaps you heard over the fire in your mercenary days. It is clearly, it's this big, it's kind of humanoid shaped, it's hulking and muscular, but has a big skull head, and you're pretty sure that this is a small idol of the god Korn, known sometimes as the Blood God. The warrior god.
Oh my god, it is blood. My god, it is blood. And I drop it. Oh my god, it is blood. Wait, no. And I pick it back up.
No, we should keep this. Oh.
What's going on?
Get rid of this.
What is it?
It's... Come to this side.
Wait,
Just a sip.
You can't cross that.
Not a sip. It's like 1,000,000 degrees. You can't. You'll burn your tongue, and then the rest of
you
you.
to hold it, and I'll just blow on it, like.
But you can't hold it. You'll burn your hands.
Oh, that's true. You're so smart. Sometimes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Except for the rat.
Yeah. Just completely bedraggled, no clothes, huge scar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's just creep across, huh? Let's just go across, no sips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. We'll just leave the soup behind.
Yeah. Get some great surface soup. Soup from the surface.
Just saying no to stew, saying no to soup.
Don't eat it.
It's okay.
Bruno,
I haven't eaten anything since we've gotten here. It's fine.
Slowly inch their way across the lip, perhaps holding hands, hand in hand, kind of making their way across the lip, and then come across carefully to the other side where Indigo and Mina are standing amongst the remains of the broken dwarf statue Indigo, do you have the idol of corn in your hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll hold it
What is
kind of
it?
like it's something disgusting,
Yeah,
right?
okay,
Like
yeah.
I've got it like I'm like, ugh. Like I don't want to hold it, but I'm like, I got it.
Excellent.
Like I've got a bug.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Bruno, look at this. Do you know what this is?
It's a gold statue.
It's a gold statue of corn.
Maybe
Friends
a
of vegetable
potato or
chaos.
something.
Yeah,
but-
right?
No.
I'm with Bruno.
Like the god, like the evil
Chaos
god.
god.
Yeah.
God
that
of
thing
blood.
in the- It is blood. It's a pool of blood, and that thing freaking is corn, and it's pretending to be a big hot dwarf. It's not a big hot dwarf.
What? Well, hot in temperature.
Whatever.
So, hold on. Rewind a little bit. Indigo, do you think that god hired you to fight a god?
You mean
No.
Not
Sigmar?
Gordon, but Sigmar hired you to fight.
Sigmar, I don't. Maybe this seems like a pretty serious source of corruption, if you ask me.
Look,
we
first of
see
all, there's
Paul?
only one god. There's only one god,
Jesus?
and she's primarily focused around pie-related events. First of all. Second of all, that's not a boiling pool of blood. That's crazy. Although, I'm going to go over to the boiling pool
No.
and see
No,
how
no,
blood-like that
no.
looks.
No.
Yeah,
I'm bigger than you. I carried
yeah.
you in my backpack before. I can definitely
I'm
stop you
I'm
physically.
making a scientific examination.
No.
Yeah, examine it. Take a look.
Yeah, okay, don't
Maybe
get too
lick it.
excited about it. No, I'm not going to lick it.
Why? It's never stopped you before.
That is accurate.
It's very hot. I know what happens when you lick hot things. I learned that lesson as a child.
Bruno,
Let's
you approach the pool carefully. Do you like dip your surgery scalpel in it?
There we go. I'll take the surgery scalpel and give it a little dip.
Yeah.
Destroy
You're
your
able to
last thing.
kind of bring it closer up to your face. You let it drips a little bit. A little bit of steam comes off of it, and looking at it, your best surgical instincts are that yes, it looks an awful lot like blood. In fact, like you're not even sure. It's not like it's bubbling. It's steaming a little bit. It kind of reminds you, honestly, of a long time ago when you were working as a field medic with the mercenary company. That it's sort of like just like fresh blood, like after a battle, fresh spilled blood is what it seems like. Which you know is a bit warm.
Okay, it's a pool of blood. Yeah, let's get out of here. Actually, let's get out of here. Like stat. Like we should have already been out of
Where's
here.
it coming from?
Probably a body,
Whose blood
many
is this?
bodies. The earth.
Are you sure it's blood?
I'm really sure.
It could be dwarves. Indigo, you seem to know a lot about this god. Do you know that corn hates dwarves? Is that a thing? Did we know
It
I
loves
this?
think corn
blood.
hates all life. I think corn
Loves
likes
blood,
one thing,
though.
and that's blood.
Blood.
He also
And
seems a lot
skulls.
angrier than that guy.
That guy seemed really nice. I'm
No,
gonna
he
say it.
seemed really
I'm
I
gonna say
would
it out
say
loud.
nice. I would say seductive, potentially.
Stop
Do you-
saying that. No,
like-
what was seductive? It was a giant boiling blood monster. What is seductive
Kind
about
of.
this?
Kind of
Being,
was.
like
What?
sneaky
No.
and
Yeah, and steamy.
What? That
Right, he's
literally
being sneaky.
steaming.
the corn is like murder guy, angry.
Well,
Rawr.
I
He's not
mean-
like murder guy, just blood guy, which is, like blood pumping kind of guy.
What? No.
Yeah.
This is why it reminds Yeffi of Orlok, because Orlok is a vampire. Vampires drink blood. Drink
Drinks blood.
like corn. They drink blood. It's all blood. It's all blood. All the way down. We gotta get out of here.
Okay. So shall we? Blood all the way
Yeah.
down.
Take the ladder. Take the ladder. Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
I don't care
Oh,
which direction it goes.
Okay.
We're gonna sandwich
So we're not-
Yeffi.
We're not getting thirsty then. That's what happened. Okay, we're up the ladder. We're going up the ladder.
No form of
Fine.
thirsty up the ladder.
The
Excellent.
ladder, please.
Smells really good.
No, damn it.
You're sandwiching her. She's going up the ladder with you.
You had the group finally presses up the ladder, climbs up the ladder. There's a trapdoor up at the top in the roof. You throw it open. You go clambering up. You find yourselves in a stone room that is hexagonal shaped. You find it's mostly it appears correct 6 sides. Okay. 6 sides. You more or less come up right in the center of it. You can see that there's there appears to be a little open doorway or an alcove in each of the 6 walls. But there's also just nearby, right up from the fairly close to where you come up from this from this ladder, is actually another ladder, but just a wood one, a wood freestanding ladder that is leaning up against another opening in the ceiling, another trapdoor up.
Huh. Is there anything in these alcoves? I want to look around the room a little bit.
Okay, you poke into the alcoves. They seem fairly small. There may be about 5 foot square alcove. There's nothing in them. They seem to be empty. You're not sure what their purpose is.
Is there anything on the ground?
No idea what they could be. All right, sorry, go ahead, yeah.
The ground seems clean.
All right, this is a weird room.
And it's
weird
not
hexagonal room.
anywhere.
It's an unfortunate shape.
Yeah.
No, once you've all climbed up and you close the trap door below you that kind of seals in the heat below, and you feel like you're in a cellar of some kind, like a basement-y kind of room. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let's keep
maybe this is the hidden basement.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wait,
No.
where?
Yeah.
From what?
somewhere
know.
terrible.
Maybe
Or
not a
like
castle.
Bad.
Or you think Orlack's nearby? I mean,
I can't
Wait,
wait to
hold
meet
on.
Yeffi.
no, you don't want
You
to.
can,
He's
yeah.
oof. Yeah.
I thought you were kind of like
What?
You're a little bit
What?
like kind of.
Was I like that? Was I like that?
No.
Was I?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No. I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry
just
for
tried it.
bringing it up.
Did I try to drink blood?
Yes.
You should drink the
said it
big
was
pool
soup.
of blood.
Yes.
Oh my god. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
That's terrible. Oh, we gotta get out
We
of this.
think there was a god down there, like a chaos god or something. So, who hates dwarves? I guess.
Do you think he hates dwarves, or does maybe he likes dwarves? Dwarves made all those things for him. I mean, he big dwarf attitude.
Are there like chaos dwarves? Like dwarves who worship chaos?
I mean, I guess anybody worships chaos.
Anyone
right?
can do that.
Anybody
Not
gets a
halflings.
pamphlet. Mm-hmm.
No halflings.
Well, we're resistant to all sorts of corruption and temptation and things, because of our strong will.
So
let's go up this ladder.
Yeah, let's go up the ladder.
okay,
Let's go up
okay.
the ladder.
Maybe there's something fun and cool and not horrible up there.
Okay.
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 You climb. You climb up the ladder. Excellent. You can't help but feel as you climb up this ladder that there's just something vaguely familiar about this space.
Yeah.
You climb up the ladder and you find yourselves in another room. This room is round. There's stone all around you, but you can see here and there that the floor above you is wooden slatted, and you can see little bits of light poking through. There's a large, in the center of the room, there's a large like stone basin that is full of kindling and logs of wood and etc. And as you take it in and you look at the space that you're in, the memories start flooding back, and you realize that you must be in a tower, much like this one.
Damn it.
That there's a large mirror and a ladder a hearth here, and an iron shutter that seems to look out. You know that there's a stair that leads further up that you think will let you get out of here, or you could possibly throw open this iron shutter, which you feel like is meant to give to open up for this signal fire. You would assume here in this hearth.
Damn it! I open the shutter. Are we right on the freaking Reich here? You're the same tower we were at? Okay.
You're not. You throw open the shutter and you look out, and you can see you're at the top of a hill of a generally forested area, although the trees immediately around you have been cleared. The tower that you're in clearly has been completed. It is not, unlike the other ones you've seen, it's not scaffolding and whatnot. You don't see any people around, but it does appear to be a fully functional signaling tower. What you see, let me give you a map here of, as you look around, because of course the view from here is fantastic, and you're able to see around very well. Oops.
We're gonna accidentally be in Middenheim, the other place we didn't want to go.
You can see you're at this spot marked with a triangle with a circle around it, and you can see the road. Just to your north, that leads up to Kemperbad. You can see the Reich in the distance curling around, and you can see to the south east, you can see the outline of Castle Wittgenstein.
Well, I have to go to the bathroom. This is terrible.
Can we see the castle? Isn't the castle mostly destroyed?
I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. The castle was destroyed. You cannot see the castle.
I was horrified by the idea.
You can see the remains. You can see the spot where you think the castle once stood. And you can locate and say, that over there, that's where Wittgendorf and the castle once were.
This is one of those signaling towers. The dwarves who were building these didn't realize they were building them on top of certain locations.
Are all of them on top of places like this?
Well, yeah, they're dwarven make. They're nice foundations. They seem abandoned.
Must be on purpose, right?
Maybe. Or is it incidental? Or someone's been giving dwarves a bunch of suggestions to build them there from other dwarves who know about this stuff.
I mean, this is accessible. There's ladders to go down there. Maybe that's why there's no dwarves here, because they all went downstairs and ate blood.
Well, I mean, that's partially true. The last one had kind of a secret door that opened with Dagmar's ball.
Yeah. Yes, I went to one of them with you guys.
Yeah.
Ball related, I believe. They seem great.
Someone might be in this tower to man it. Sorry, go ahead, Indigo. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. Should we try to find that person, or do we assume that they're part of the?
Well, maybe
cult?
even if they are involved in it, maybe talking to them would be good anyway.
Yeah, I feel better about talking to one person who's probably not very strong versus fighting a literal god downstairs.
Yeah.
Not over that.
I mean, should I just start shouting?
Well, maybe we could go up to where they normally would sleep, because there's usually a hall above this room, right? That would have a bunch of beds.
Yes.
Hey, Paul.
Yes.
Besides Altdorf, where would be the next place that would have the largest contingent of Sigmarite places of worship? I know Altdorf is the centers of the church, right? Mm-hmm. Do I know what would be under that, or is it all basically the same?
I mean, Sigmar's worshipped throughout the Empire. But are you looking for a specific locale that is
A Sigmarite church that would have a lot of resources.
Yeah, Sigmarite church with a lot of
deal
resources. Your thoughts immediately go to Middenheim.
Yep. Okay. So, here's my thought.
We want to go to Middenheim? Oh, go ahead.
Middenheim's terrible. That's where the Wittgenstein brother is.
Also, it's cold.
Oh. Right. Right. It's very cold there. Got it.
Indigo and I were there once. It sucked.
It was bad. Yeah. Marching through snow. Ugh.
Especially when the snow's as tall as you are.
That was pretty funny, though. We had to pick them up, and sometimes we just throw them into snowbanks.
It wasn't funny. It was not. It was not cool. It was not funny. Everybody thought it was a lot funnier than it really was.
It was very funny.
I'd have to see it for myself. Yes.
Maybe I'm thinking, and now maybe this is wrong to shirk Sigmar's great quest upon me, but I feel like we're a little out of our league with what we just saw.
What?
Maybe we can go to speak to Bruno's friend Sighilda in Kemperbad. She seemed fired up and ready to get any conspiracy.
She did.
Before we have to go to Middenheim, seeing as we can't go right to Altdorf, because if we do, Frank will kill us.
We can't go to Altdorf.
I mean, we could go to Altdorf.
No, can't go to Altdorf. No. Can't go to Altdorf.
Have we considered that we tell Frank that we did get a whole bunch of the drug and we put it underneath the signal tower and solve all of our problems? Yes? No?
What? What if we blame it on Sergei? Just like we had it, and then Sergei, that jerk, he scammed us.
Absconded with it, yeah.
Yeah, back to Kislev.
That probably would
Sergei. I think Frank then says, "Oh, but it was your job to get it," and then kills us.
It was just our job to transport.
Well, I mean, we could have just given him that giant chunk of stone found in that dwarf.
Yeah.
Well, now it belongs to the blood
god.
Yeah.
It was
we don't know what else is going on.
Demon. It was probably just another chaos demon.
We don't know what else is going on down there in those rooms, so we didn't really see all that was down there. I mean,
we saw a lot. Do we want to?
And we destroyed that idol. We destroyed the idol, so maybe that also destroyed his influence over that giant dwarf robot thing. Automata.
Sounds like you just want to go down and sample the stew and the hunky dwarves, who are actually chaos demons.
I'm also okay with going to Camperbad.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm uncomfortable with leaving this thing downstairs for anyone to just wander into, especially when it's so dangerous to dwarves. I'm uncomfortable with leaving an entire train full of chaos stone with the Skaven, who previously all we've been informed is that some Skaven decided to drug the entire population of a city. I'm cool to stop those things. I don't know how. If you think going to Kemperbad is going to get us some supplies so that we can go back and take one of these things down, I mean, the other option also is to go to all of the signal towers and figure out what's in all of them and try and figure out who is behind them.
Dagmar?
Dagmar is super dead.
Yeah. The first signal tower had Dagmar's little research area beneath it. This one had this horrible pit to hell. That also went to Wittgenstein.
Yeah, it also went to Wittgenstein. It also had a bunch of blood in it, and we know that Dagmar used to hang out with vampires. And evidently dwarves, who made his balls.
I feel like we either need to figure out...
Sorry.
We either need to figure out. I haven't even been here for long enough for that joke to get tired. I'm already tired of it.
Sorry. It's a tiresome joke that sometimes comes back up.
It's good.
It's okay. I am delighted by your delight. My thought is we either need to be trying to scheme to fix one of these big problems, right?
Which problems do we have? Can you
Chaos
go through them again?
Chaos God signal towers. Somebody's doing that now. We know that because signal towers are being created now. Chaos God left. Indigo gave him some warpstone, or the entire train full of warpstone that Bruno saw that was stolen from the castle. So if we leave both of those things, we might as well just go to Britannia.
Well, there's also Indigo's
Britannia.
holy quest.
Britannia.
Holy quest
You're right,
to find.
Mina.
Yes.
Britannia is great
You're
this time of
absolutely
year.
right.
Britannia.
I was being weak in my faith, and I must descend back down.
No.
Or learn why the demon's there. You're absolutely right. This is the kind of support Sigmar himself must have gotten on his mighty quests.
No.
I see why he trusted the dwarves and wizards.
No, he trusted dwarves. Mina's some kind of elf.
No, still
Mina's
a
not an
human.
elf.
Still a human.
Oh,
Been a human every
right,
time.
whatever. Yeah.
You see these ears? These ears are they're rounded. Also like a normal I'm just saying.
And she's not crying all the time.
I mean, elves are probably fine also. I don't have experience with them. But human.
We can't
All
go
the
back
time.
down. We can't go back down.
We should go back down.
We can't go.
We can't go back. We will die. Bruno, look
Look,
at Bruno.
I need a nap before we go back down. What if we just nap?
Right, I mean, not right now. We take a rest. We use this tower as a base.
Great.
There might be people living here already. We don't know. Maybe they have
learn
food.
that.
Let's
We should
poke
find out
around
if there's
this
anyone
tower.
in this
Yeah,
tower.
there we go.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. A
Where's
solution
the
that's not
closest place?
downstairs.
Yeah, look, anything that isn't going back down.
So you're
What's the
you're
closest
just
place we gives me to eat?
exploring. You're exploring the tower itself. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably Kemperbad.
So, yeah, Kemperbed looks fairly close to here. You can see it from the top of the tower. So you examine the tower, and it looks much like the towers, the other tower that you've seen that you were inside. There's no inhabitants. It does seem to be it's built up on top of a hill here that you're standing on top of. Unlike the one that you spent a lot of time on, it doesn't have that weird observatory old stone thing that it's built on top of. It seems to be just a new freestanding development here on top of the hill. The base level, it's clearly got this hearth and an iron shutter and whatnot for building a signal fire. It's got this intricate chimney structure on top of that. And then above that is a large wooden structure which contains some signaling flags and some devices for drawing in and out the flags and rotating them. There is a chair at the top with a little telescope that you can use to look around. Generally, it looks as you look it over, you remember that the one that was in construction that you visited, the dwarves had kind of a separate camp. They had a campsite that was a little ways away from the tower itself. And the tower really doesn't appear to really be expected to be manned by like more than one or two people. Looks like it's set up to, like a lighthouse, right? Like it's clearly meant to have like a sole inhabitant or two to operate it. And generally, you would assume the point is that you're just on duty, watching and waiting for a signal to relay. Because the point of these towers, you think, is that they're spread out within sight of each other. And as you look around, in fact, you can see more towers as you look. You can see they are built in a line along the Reich, within visual range of each other, so that one tower can signal the other. The idea being that a message, an alert, could be raised, could be spread from Altdorf to Nuln in a matter of minutes, what would normally take someone days or weeks to travel.
Now, the last tower we were in was like under construction. Can we tell like how recently what we're standing in right now was constructed? Like, does it look recent?
Very new.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they built it on top of here without noticing this trap door.
We didn't notice Agmar's observatory.
That's true, but that was behind is the trapdoor we came out of hidden at all?
It was not. Yeffi, you're reminded too, as you're talking about this, that the two dwarves that you found down below both had Engineering Guild insignia on them.
They somehow got through that whole mess and came down here. Did they build that whole place? Then build a signaling tower? Who's commissioning the dwarves to build these?
That's the question.
That's unclear.
Well,
I think we asked the Emperor. Yeah, I think the Emperor commissioned them, right? So why does he want a bunch of weird chaos dwarf towers?
All right, so we fight the Emperor. So we'd like to fight the Emperor, a blood god, or the moon.
Well,
I think the moon.
Yeah. At least the moon. The moon probably has the least amount of political power. The other dwarves we met seemed fine. Eisenbeard and Gronk, and I don't remember their names. They seemed nice enough. Not like they live next to a pool of blood.
Indigo, you recall recently in your travels, as you were in one of these towns or another, and talking to the locals, as you guys are discussing who commissioned the towers, that of course the news is that Emperor Karl Franz has fallen ill with some kind of unknown disease, and that his heir, Prince Wolfgang, is allegedly an imbecile, and or possibly a mutant. There are all kinds of rumors about what's going on with Prince Wolfgang, and so it's unclear, you would say, as to who exactly ordered the construction of these towers, or even who's in charge at the moment.
Wolfgang could have ordered the towers.
Maybe there's like an evil advisor. That seems more our level.
Well, Wolfgang is a mutant, actually. I didn't believe it. I also didn't believe in Skaven 2 months ago.
Yeah, keep an open mind to find all sorts of delightful things.
Not to downplay the evil cruelty of mutants inherent in them, but this is a sophisticated plan involving building signal towers over chaos ruins and evil dwarves,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
where do the signal towers match up to our weird map thingy? Or no, we already figured that out with the moon stuff, right? But wait, there were other points. So never mind. I don't know anything about geography. I just think I'm smart sometimes and think about maps. Remember the map, though?
Yeah, the map we got, Dagmar's map, right?
You're referring to this map, I suppose.
That map.
That is much bigger than just the Reichland, though.
But are the signal towers along that? Do they match?
You think they could match the left stroke of the big triangle piece. It's possible. It vaguely resembles the direction of the Reich coming down from Midland.
Well, it sounds like the only people that we know who have answers are the Dwarf Engineering Guild, and I don't know if you have any contacts there, Yeffi, or
Oh, yeah. You probably know
You
some
know
people.
someone who knows someone.
Yeah. I'm really hungry. We should eat some food. Get something.
Yeah, let's go to Pemberbad and stay in a bed. I would like to stay in a bed. I would like to stay in a town that hasn't got any mutants.
Impossible.
Kemperbed does have
First of all.
vampires, though.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
So
That's good enough.
that's something to
No
watch out
giant
for.
gnats or anything.
Don't think it has any of those.
All right.
Great.
I need
Also,
to
it has
buy new
kiss light.
clothes anyway.
We gotta
Well, just
be in
Sergey,
disguise, I think.
Dwarves. It does have dwarves, though. Oh no, Grisenfall
Does
has
have
dwarves.
I can make us
Pemberbed
all
has-
invisible.
Yeah, you could do that.
Do you remember how fun that was last time?
Yes.
Cool. All right. I'm good to. I
Okay.
think that's a good idea for Kemperbad, and then we can come back here once we're more prepared.
Okay.
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 So
I
you-
mean, I need a
you-
nap, so.
Climb down from the tower, and you make your way down to the road that leads to Kemperbad. And on foot, you find it quite slow. It takes you about a day and a half to hoof it along the road to Kemperbad.
Oh, Jesus.
Ugh.
We should
But-
take a camp between that.
But you make
Yeah.
it. You make it. Hungry, bedraggled, tired, wounded. You manage to scrape yourselves finally to the lifts along the base of Kemperbad and found yourself being raised up the cliffs to the city, crossing the old rope bridge into the familiar sights, finding it a little odd, honestly, to be walking through the streets of Kemperbad without the company of Sergey. But
Poor Sergey.
but you make it to the bustling town of Kemperbad. And you visit your favorite inn, and you get a well-deserved meal. And I believe, actually, Kemperbad is where you left behind your boat, if I recall correctly.
Oh my god. I completely forgot about that.
We have a boat.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
if you care to, you
Wow.
could go and see your boat there docked
We
along.
must smell quite bad.
I will seek out Renat. Yeah.
Renat is
Incredible.
pleased to. The Indigo, you have returned. You look in bad shape, my friend.
It's been a weird couple of days, Renat.
Weird.
How long has it been? A week?
The
4
year.
days? I kind of lost track.
A lifetime?
Hundreds of years.
Yes, it has been almost a full week since you left.
Yeah.
Feels so much longer.
Tell me of your adventures. Where is Sergey?
No.
Did you find the cargo?
Let's not talk about that now.
No.
I'm going
Oh,
straight
dear.
to bed, in fact. Straight to bed.
Sorry. Are you seeking out an inn, Bruno, or are you going to bed here on board the boat?
On board the boat, I'm gonna ditch my rags here, throw those overboard, so I'm now completely nude with no worldly possessions. I'm going to sleep in my hammock
Excellent.
until I have some hit points.
Excellent.
I think Indigo is going to go right to the temple. Like, I think he's going to say, well, Renat, I'll tell you about it later, but
All right.
I got to go see a man about a
So
god.
close to having her own boat.
Excellent. Yeffi, Mina, what are you two up to?
I'm gonna buy a big bowl of stew
Yeah.
and be sad when it's not as tasty as what I smell down in the place. And I'm gonna buy Bruno some pants. I need those.
That's what I was just thinking of doing. It's really a shopping trip.
Excellent. You enjoy some stew and you buy some pants, and indeed the stew is not as flavorful as you were hoping, and you find yourself daydreaming of a fancy meal in a great mansion up on the north end here of Kemperbad. But no, surely you couldn't go there.
I couldn't go there.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the nice quiet time to read through my books, which are, I believe, all about necromancy.
Excellent.
And just see. I feel like I've read them. Maybe like I skimmed a lot of it because I didn't understand it. I'm just trying to read them again to get any sense of where this falls in relationship to my own magic, which I don't understand at all.
Okay.
This may not be a role situation. I think it's just me reading these books for the 50th time and being like, I wish I knew how to cast other spells.
Excellent. I will come back to that before we end here tonight. Mina. But Indigo, I want to take care of that. Indigo, you head over to the Temple of Sigmar, and you see you see a priest there leading a small congregation in some prayers, and you also notice the large, muscular form of a familiar face, one Sighilda of Sigmar. There as well.
I'll join in with the prayers, but sit close to Sighilda.
Excellent.
And try to get her attention.
So you partake in the service, and you enjoy it. It's a nice service. Well done. And Sighilda catches your eye at some point, and by the end of the service, as the congregation is dispersing, Sighilda comes to speak to you. Hello, my friend.
Sister. Oh, I have much to speak with you with.
Indeed. Well, come to my cell. We will talk.
Great.
Yeah, come. And she leads you back to a very, very Spartan cell. It's just like got a cot and one stool, and she kind of sits on the cot and pushes the stool over to you. Father will bring us some broth. Ooh, it's special occasion. And she reaches under her pillow and takes out a little box. Cookie. Hands you a little cookie.
But not scout cookies.
Yep.
Yes.
Tell me, my friend, what have you uncovered?
I'll just hand her the idol. I assume I have wrapped it up in a cloth or something and carried it on me, and I'll just hand it to her.
She takes it and starts to unwrap it, and as soon as she sees what it is, she kind of startles and jumps and clatters to the ground, and she jumps and swears a bunch in Reichspiel. What? Where did you get these? She kind of nudges it with her boot and kind of sifts it over there so she can look at it, and she's kind of looking at it askance.
Okay, so I'll give you the abbreviated version. My companions and I found ourselves attempting to acquire a cargo shipment from Wittgendorf. In the process, we discovered that Wittgendorf Castle was full of chaos worshippers, and in our exploration, it sunk into the earth. We found ourselves underground several miles away. In a old dwarven keep underground, and at the back of it there was what must have been a temple to corn, where I found this thing, and where we emerged was under the new signal tower that's closest to Kemperbad. And I think there was a demon inside. And I described he was like a large golden, describe the...
This is awful. This is
golden
awful.
dwarf.
This is terrible. I am amazed at what you have uncovered. What is to be done? I don't know. There's so much. We must get word to the Grand Theogenist. We must bring your story to him.
Is he an Altdorf?
Normally, yes. Although I have heard that he has taken a contingent north to Middenheim. There is...
It's so cold!
There is some kind of council Graf Todbringer has called. Some news perhaps of the Emperor. You have heard, I suppose, that he has fallen ill.
Yes, I have. Well...
I think perhaps they go to speak of the line of secession. I think it goes ill for Karl Franz, I'm afraid, which is not good.
They discuss the prince, maybe.
Yes, perhaps. I don't know this. If Wolfgang is even capable of taking the throne, I don't know. Or the question, I suppose, would be who controls Wolfgang.
See. Well, that is grim thoughts. I am afraid to leave this creature I found underground there unchecked, though. If it is so close to where someone might be manning that signal tower, surely they would be too close to this demon.
Yes, indeed. Tell me of this tower, then. Who is meant to live there?
I believe just a signal keeper or watcher.
Yes, but who is it?
Oh, who specifically? I don't know.
Yes, whose authority is it under? Who controls the towers? Who assigns the keeper?
The Emperor, surely. It's come straight from the Empire.
I see. So someone
building of these towers.
Well, I agree with you. If there is a terrible beast of chaos underneath the tower, then it should be dealt with. But also, we must find out who is creating these, who's responsible, and what are their designs.
Yeah. But we should probably also still tell the Grand Theologian.
Yes. He is the Grand Theogenist. He is a good man. He is strong leader of the cult of Sigmar, and I'm hoping that if there is arguments of succession and who will gain power, that he has a strong say in this. So I think it is good that he is up in Middenheim, but clearly he should be informed of these things. He should know. I think Indigo, you must go and tell him. You have seen it firsthand. You know what has you have seen it. You have seen it with your own eyes. You have all the information. I could go, but it would all be secondhand. It would not. Indigo, you should allow me to deal with Signal Tower, and you should go to Middenheim, I think.
It's chilly.
Bring a jacket.
I would have to speak to my companions about this. Of course. Are you sure you don't want to go to Middenheim and I could deal with the demon under the tower?
The Theogenist may have many questions that I am not learned enough to ask, and I would not know the answers because I did not see it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have uncovered this. You have seen the things with your own eyes. If he asks questions, you would be able to answer them.
Okay. Well,
this, I think, is the right course of action.
I will go
so
speak
hard.
to my friends about this. We are just coming from the road,
Yes.
and I will return in the morning.
Good.
What should we do with that? And I'll gesture towards the idol.
I will bring it to a smithy and have it melted down.
Do you think it is important evidence to have when we talk to the theogenist?
I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps you could take it with you, I suppose. Yes, this is a good idea. You should take it with you. That way, if the veracity of your tale comes into question, you have this as evidence. Do you have any other proof of the things you have seen?
Just this.
Yes, well then, perhaps you had better take it.
Yeah. I'll pick up the cloth and pick it up like I'm picking up a squash bug or something and wrap it.
Good.
Well, I'll just stick it in my pocket. All right. Well, I will go speak to my friends and then tell you what we have decided.
Good luck, my friend. She clasps you on the shoulders. I shall pray to Sigmar tonight, and in the morning I will gather the sisters, and we shall go on pilgrimage to this tower.
Yes, great. Thank you for your counsel, sister. And
she gives
I'll
you
leave.
a firm and uncomfortable hug.
Yeah, great. That's. Is she still wearing heavy metal armor?
Absolutely.
Great.
Well, you are too, right? So
Yeah, I think we're both.
Yeah, it's very awkward. Not pleasant. Kong kong kong.
And I'll head
Go,
back to the
Sigmar.
boat, I guess. I'll stop and get a large bottle of liquor on my way.
Excellent.
nice.
We didn't want to
Well,
go to the castle. We wound up going there. We didn't want to go to Middenheim, and now we're going to freaking go there. I
You
don't
know
want
that-
to go on vacation. How about
You know that
that?
Paul's just going to pick up a book with Mittenheim's picture on it and go, and this is the fourth or the
I
fifth or
know,
whatever.
Yep, it's coming. Yeah.
It's right here on the cover. Yeah.
Book's called just Absolute Destruction in Middenheim. Total Anarchy.
You thought the room full of cats was bad.
The size of the book.
Everyone dies.
Well, just for your reference, Paul, Yeffi will take the long way around to deliver the pants back to the boat.
Okay.
Where
No
Bruno's
reason.
sitting on his cot,
No
legs crossed, but otherwise completely in the buff,
Yeah, Mina's reading her books on the opposite side of the boat, so she doesn't have to see that.
Excellent.
Wow.
All right, I'm just going to mark down pants on my character sheet. Pretty important.
Pants.
And maybe we should do a shopping trip.
Oh,
That's
man.
not
I
actually
don't
what I
need
meant,
money.
guys.
I don't.
That's not actually what I... You realize
You
that's not
meant
what
we
I
were
actually
taking a
meant, right?
long way so you could see somebody terrible.
What do you mean?
Yes. Yes.
That's what
I took a
assumed.
long way so I could stand outside the mansion, longingly like a weird Renfield servant.
Gaze longingly at what appears to be an abandoned mansion. Yeah, you don't see any footmen outside it. You don't see any real signs of life there. The doors are all closed. The shutters are all closed.
Oh. That means I'm going to have to investigate. Shoot. I should deliver these pants. But first I'm going to look in the first story window.
You creep
Everyone
up
makes
to
great
the
decisions.
first story window, and you push some of the slats of the shutters aside, and you peer in, and you can see within a ballroom that is completely dark. All the furniture has big white sheets thrown over it. It looks like it is definitely not occupied.
I could steal so much stuff.
Huh.
But But maybe I can't do that anymore because my fencing guy now wants to murder me. Yeah. I'm gonna break in. Is it too late to do this? Oh my gosh. Yeffi wants to break in.
Excellent.
And look around.
Excellent. Let's jump. We're gonna jump cut back to the boat.
Try for the best.
And as Indigo arrives back at the boat after having spoken to Sighilda, and apparently Mina has her nose in a book, and Bruno is resting in the buff.
Yeah.
In his hand.
Indigo's got a half-empty bottle of whiskey. And he'll just tell everybody all the details about his meeting with Sighilda.
Excellent.
It's just, but it's so cold. It's so cold. You'll remember. It's chilly.
It's
I'll get
cold.
you a coat.
A few things about
I'll get me a
Middenheim I remember. It's cold. There's a demon cult to Tzeentch up there. There is the Wittgenstein brother there. There are a lot of Kislevites there. And that is a lot of groups that want to kill us. So,
But probably not that one cult that's been, hunting Castor Lieberung. Oh, bunch of wolves. They just kill everybody. Tons of wolves.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you try telling her that we might deal with the demon and she could go there instead? Okay.
yep. She said it was important to have the first-hand witness be there telling the Theogenist everything.
Great.
Did you tell her that Sigmar talked to you? She didn't give you
No,
like a for that?
I thought it would get weird if I did.
Yeah.
It got a little weird already, She's a very intense person.
I didn't like it. Yeah.
But the sisters she said she'd gather the sisters, so the sisters of Sigmar will go and deal with the demon. I think we can assume that means the demon's going to get dealt with. Probably everything else in that area.
That's fine.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot there.
Yeah.
We walked there for a day and a half, mostly cows.
No.
I mean, we
assume.
missed a couple. We didn't explore the full. I kept a little map in case we go back there. We didn't explore the full thing. Bruno pulls a map out of an unsuspicious location. I kept this map.
Which he tattooed
Where?
to himself, I guess.
Every time we see Bruno, he's standing so that there's like a little chest between his legs, or like he's just peeking out from behind a door. Or he's got his legs crossed. Keep it
Tastefully
PG-13
nude.
here. Yeah, it's tasteful. It's always quite tasteful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. What? Okay. What if we just went to Bretonia and we changed our names to like Brunois and Pierrego and Minette, and we just get out of here?
Minette's a pretty nice name. I could get behind
It's a good name. Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, we could. But Sigmar himself spoke.
Sigmar himself. Yeah, Sigmar
What's-
could probably go to Bretonia.
I don't think Sigmar ever went to Bretonia.
But he could. He could follow you there if you
I
wanted.
don't even know if they believe in Sigmar in Bretonia.
I mean,
Probably
you
they
would
have
believe in
less
Sigmar.
strict laws on necromancy.
We don't want to do that anymore. We learned about this.
Oh, we don't. Do you want me to
we
take those
don't.
books off your hand then? I can just get rid of those.
No, absolutely. I'm literally reading them right now.
I just kind of lost all the books that I had. I had that one by Dagmar. He seemed to really know what it was going on, so...
Yeah, well, I have these books in my possession. So
Yeah, I'll toss them right off the side of the ship. Never see them again.
no, I think, well, this isn't really a group mission, more of a, one might call it a personal mission, but I think probably it would be smart if someone were to figure out where the line was between the chaos stuff and the magic stuff if I'm going to be doing magic, if you're going to be doing magic, if we're going to be doing magic. I don't know.
Well, I can't do any magic.
I'm keeping this.
I don't, you know.
Bruno, you cast a very good time person spell, like 2 days ago.
I don't remember any of this. I got shot in the head. Maybe. Maybe I'm just so charming. Somebody was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna help that guy out." You know, that happens a lot.
Probably not, but
that happens a lot. Bruno's got his leg up on a barrel here. It does. It comes up a fair bit of the time. Hey, where's Yeffi?
Excellent. On that note,
pants.
I'm gonna end the session.
Oh man!
So we will pick up next week with Yeffi.
Oh man, I was hoping for like some kind of open up a door. We don't get to see what's in the door, but Yeffi drops the pants, and then just the pants unravel.
There's a
bring packing pants. It's necessary. We can't have any more of those.
I feel like it's got to end with like an off-camera line of "Should I drop my pants too?"
No.
Oh no!
God damn it!
Oh no! All right, let's roll the credits.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope you had a good night, and we'll see you next week. Good night.